The richest man in the world and the beggar on the street are given the same 24 hours, but one turns his hours into empires, while the other watches his hours dissolve like smoke. The difference is not luck, not destiny, not divine lottery. The difference is productivity, the discipline of transforming time into power. When Andrew Carnegie built his steel empire, he didn't complain about lacking opportunity. He organized time with military precision. He understood that one wasted morning could cost him millions. When Thomas Edison worked on the light bulb, he wasn't sitting idle, waiting for inspiration. He tested, failed, tested again, burning midnight hours into inventions that reshaped humanity. And when Walt Disney stood bankrupt, mocked by critics, and abandoned by investors, he doubled down on his schedule, creating each frame, each sketch, each vision in the small hours while others slept. The formula has always been the same. It is not merely about working harder. It is about refusing to waste time. The millionaire's formula is built on the law that time invested with clarity, with intensity, with purpose, will compound faster than money in a bank. Productivity is not typing faster or checking off more tasks. It is aligning every second with your greatest vision. Ask yourself, how much of your life has been stolen by distraction? How many hours have you given to scrolling, gossip, trivial pursuits that will not matter 5 years from now? Every time you surrender your focus, you surrender your fortune. Productivity begins with a vow. Never again will I allow my minutes to be murdered by mediocrity. You must become ruthless with your schedule. Not cruel, but precise. Ford did not create an industrial revolution by being available to every request, every meaningless conversation. He carved out his time like a sculptor chiseling marble, protecting the sacred hours for creation, not consumption. That is the formula. Decide what matters. Dedicate your time to it. Defend it with the strength of a warrior. But here's the truth most refuse to accept. Productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing less with absolute focus. Every empire, every invention, every masterpiece was born not in the chaos of scattered attention, but in the furnace of singular obsession. The man who tries to chase 10 rabbits catches none. The man who chooses one and commits every ounce of his hours to it becomes unstoppable. So I ask you, what is your rabbit? What is the vision worthy of your hours, your sweat, your life? Until you answer that, productivity will remain just another buzzword. But once you know, once you claim it, your time becomes sacred. And sacred time, properly invested, becomes the foundation of fortune. Clarity is the compass of productivity. Without it, a man may work from dawn to midnight and yet move nowhere. Imagine a ship setting sail without a destination. Its sails full, its crew working, its engine roaring, but no direction. It drifts, wasting fuel, wasting strength, until it is lost at sea. That is the fate of countless men and women who confuse busyness with progress. Edison had clarity. His vision was not to tinker endlessly, but to bring light into every home, every street, every city. Carnegie's clarity was to dominate steel, not dabble in coal, not scatter into distractions. Disney's clarity was to build a world of imagination that no financial ruin, no critic, no betrayal could erase. Their productivity was not born of endless activity. It was born of knowing exactly what mattered and eliminating what did not. You must decide once and for all what your true north is. Until then, every distraction will feel urgent. Every demand will steal your hours. But when clarity strikes, when purpose seizes your mind like fire, everything unimportant falls away. Productivity becomes natural, almost effortless, because every second is drawn toward the vision, like iron filings pulled to a magnet. And once clarity is found, discipline becomes the gatekeeper. Discipline is the law that transforms intention into reality. Without discipline, dreams rot. Without discipline, vision dissolves. Productivity is not born in inspiration, but in the brutal, daily consistency of action. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "The man who cannot control himself can never control his environment." Understand this. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from the slavery of laziness, from the tyranny of distraction, from the regret of wasted years. Think of Lincoln. His youth was filled with setbacks, failures, and heartbreaks, but discipline kept him studying by candlelight when others slept. Discipline kept him rising after defeat until he became president of a fractured nation. Productivity for him was not a choice. It was survival, the only weapon he had to carve destiny out of hardship. This is the essence of the millionaire's formula: clarity of vision, guarded by discipline, multiplied by relentless action. But let us not confuse action with mere motion. Productivity demands meaningful action. It demands the courage to cut away the trivial and to pour yourself into the vital. It demands sacrifice. Edison sacrificed comfort. Ford sacrificed the approval of doubters. Disney sacrificed safety. They traded distraction for destiny, and their reward was immortality. Your reward will not come through wishing. It will not come through waiting. It will not come through one lucky break. It will come through the quiet, unglamorous hours where you choose productivity over procrastination, where you choose creation over consumption, where you choose to master your time instead of being mastered by it. And do not mistake me. The world will fight you for your hours. Friends will demand them. Social media will devour them. Comfort will whisper for them. Mediocrity will beg for them. You must defend your time like a fortress. Every hour you waste is another brick stolen from the empire you are meant to build. The question is simple. Are you a prisoner of distraction or a master of productivity? Are you living by default or by design? The millionaire's formula waits for no one. It is working right now for those who have the courage to seize it. Focus is the blade that cuts through the noise of life. Without it, productivity becomes scattered, diluted, weak. But when sharpened, focus can slice through obstacles that look immovable. Think of Ford. While others in the automobile industry scattered their attention on luxury models, Ford focused his entire mind on one idea: a car the average worker could afford. That obsession produced the Model T, and with it, an industrial revolution. Focus is not natural in a world addicted to distraction. Focus is trained. It is forged in silence. It is cultivated by refusing the thousand things that beg for your attention and choosing the one that matters. The average man lives like a candle in the wind, flickering this way and that, burning himself out before his time. The productive man lives like a laser, burning through steel, unstoppable, unshakable, unbending. But focus alone is not enough. Life will test you. Circumstances will conspire against your productivity. Your schedule will be broken. Your energy will be drained. Your vision will be mocked. This is where resilience enters. Productivity is not about working only when conditions are perfect. It is about advancing even in chaos. Edison failed 10,000 times before a filament worked. Disney went bankrupt, lost rights to his first character, was told he had no imagination. Carnegie was born into poverty so deep that education seemed impossible. But productivity is not measured by what you do when it's easy. It is measured by what you continue to do when it's unbearable. Every time you rise again, you compound your momentum. Productivity is not just a formula, it is a law of compounding. One focused hour each day may feel small, but multiplied over years, it becomes a library of knowledge, a fortune of investments, a kingdom of influence. The man who works with scattered energy may burn bright for a moment, but he burns out quickly. The man who compounds focus, discipline, and resilience builds an empire brick by brick until his productivity towers over mediocrity like a mountain over the plains. This is why so few ever achieve greatness. They misunderstand time. They waste the minutes because they cannot see the years. But the millionaire sees years in every minute. He knows that each small investment of time compounds into wealth, wisdom, and power. He understands that fortune is not found in the lottery, nor the miracle, but in the daily deposit of effort, interest paid through perseverance, compounded into destiny. The formula cannot be cheated. You cannot binge success in a weekend. You cannot sprint for a month and expect an empire. Productivity is patient. Productivity is cumulative. Productivity rewards the one who respects time like a sacred law. And when you begin to live this way, something strange happens. Doors open that seemed locked. Opportunities appear where there was nothing. Allies are drawn to your energy. Resources are attracted to your vision. The world bends toward the man who bends himself toward productivity. So hear me clearly. Stop wasting time. The fortune you seek is not hiding from you. It is waiting in the hours you throw away. The empire you dream of is not built in a year. It is built in the minutes you waste on distractions. If you want wealth, if you want influence, if you want freedom, then guard your hours, focus your energy, and let resilience carry you through the storms. That is the millionaire's formula.